Through from what we call the football 365, obviously, that Arsenal have gone ahead to make an offer to Barcelona and they want to get a player from there called Alejandro Balde. And I want to really know whether you guys support this offer that Arsenal really want to make. Welcome to the Rokani Media Football. How are you guys and where are you watching us from? I go by the names of Rokani David. Smash the like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Szoboszlai Dominic was speaking to Build about Jurgen Klopp. Obviously we have something about that, and even the guy that really plays as the right back for England, known as Kyle Walker, has come out and had something to say about his fellow teammate that he plays with at Man City and at the side of England, that is Phil Foden, as people have gone ahead to slate Phil Foden for his performances at the Euros so far in just one game, and it's like they're forgetting what the boy went ahead to do during the World Cup in Qatar. 300 likes splash on this video, and don't forget to subscribe. 17th, it's the 18th of June, right? 18th of June, and today that's when the Premier League fixture is really gonna be coming out, not so? That's when the Premier League fixture is gonna be dropping, and when it drops, I'm gonna be here to obviously let you know what the fixtures are really gonna be, and I'm gonna read to you the fixtures, the top 10 fixtures, and after that picture I'll obviously come here and really let you know what my thoughts are about this side of the Premier League. Then later I'll do a live video as we discuss those Premier League fixtures for the top I'm gonna be doing the top 4-5. I'll do for Manchester United, I'll do it on the United Matters channel, and then we'll have to look at Man City, Chelsea, Liverpool, Tottenham Hotspur. I want to focus so much onto Manchester United, Man City, Arsenal, Liverpool and Chelsea, those 5 teams, because I believe they are the spine of the Premier League. But for United, I'll obviously do it onto the United Matters channel, and then later I'll come in through and obviously let you know what my thoughts are about this. So let's continue to obviously subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily, and let's all really prepare for this. And we thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are watching us from. Now let's obviously start it off with the football 365. Arsenal have offered Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira to Barcelona for Alejandro Balde. However, despite citing reports in Spain, they don't link or cite any outlet whatsoever. So I all know what's the cause of this, and I'm gonna be really delving deep into that, but I cannot rule this 100%, you know, because I know people can sit there and obviously try to make their own stories, but there is a reason as to why you are saying 2 Arsenal players in the names of Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira in such a transfer window. We all know that they've failed to obviously live up to the expectations of Arsenal, especially Zinchenko. And if at all Zinchenko was that player that was really important at Arsenal, he would have gone ahead not to be featuring in such moments, such stories, you know, you understand all that. So, but because Arsenal is looking in for left back, they all know it that Zinchenko is not in the picture to stay at the club of Arsenal. That's why he's in this. For Fabio Vieira, we all know that he's one of those players that Arsenal is considering to sell. And if I told you Arsenal, you can value Zinchenko at like 35 million pounds and this guy at 35 million pounds, and Barcelona will obviously look in for like 70 million pounds for a player called Alejandro Balde. And there was bad blood, by the way, between the team of Barcelona and Alejandro Balde before he even got injured to be missing out on games, to an extent that they couldn't even play him into the team of Barcelona. And João Cancelo was hugely played as the left back, and Jules Koundé was being played as a right back, as Christensen and Araujo were played into the central defense, meaning that there is something that Alejandro Balde is really thinking about leaving the side of Barcelona, because we all know that he's not happy. Unless otherwise, Hans Flink comes in through and really finds it very, 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 very important, and he sits him down and convinces him to stay at the side of Barcelona. But he's one of the unhappy people that I've gonna hate to see, obviously coming in through to put in their complaints in there for you, and that's why you should eat that he's being linked to a move to Arsenal, and Arsenal are interested in the left back. And I know if you tell Arteta that you're having Alejandro Balde at the age of 20, taking him at Arsenal, he'll be like, thank you very much, get me Alejandro Balde. And for Arsenal, if they're using these two players to get in Alejandro Balde, I think if I'm Barcelona, I can accept the deal. Why? When you look at the style of play of Barcelona, they don't need to be very much defensive. All they need is having what we call a player who is really good on the ball. You understand? A player who is really good on the ball. Let me first talk about Zinchenko. I'm going to come in and talk about Bernardo Silva. You don't need a player who is really so much defensive. All you need is that you need a player who is good on the ball. And for a team that plays what we call a highly possessing game, you need a Zinchenko. You know, he'll build well from the back, and he'll obviously invert in the midfield and obviously compact it up in the attack, you know, and it will depend on to whether Hans Flink admires Zinchenko or not. Secondly, when we go to Fabio Vieira, I'll really try to take you back into the remembrance. When he was coming in through from FC Porto, he was being referred to as the new Bernardo Silva, and we all know to it that Barcelona want to bring in Bernardo Silva, but the problem is they cannot really have that money to bring him on. Now, if you want Bernardo Silva and you cannot get him, but there is a player who is still young and is being looked up to as a new Bernardo Silva, why don't you go in for him? So these two players that are being linked to Barcelona from Arsenal, I think they are Barcelona-like players. That is it. They are pure, I repeat, they are pure Barcelona players. And for Fabio Vieira, if he goes to the side of Barcelona, he will obviously feeling at home, because the Spanish La Liga will obviously give you that was to obviously play your ball. The physicality is not all that huge, the intensity not like that of the Premier League. You know, the competition levels are really low, and he can easily settle in there. You understand? But at Arsenal, I tell you what, physicality is key, and it will depend on how Arteta assesses this player, whether he is ready to admit that he has gone ahead to fail to his team. And if I'm Barcelona, I would look through the first season, the debut season of Fabio Vieira that he really had at Arsenal. It was really magnificent. They are close. There is a game, I think there was a stretch of games, you know, that saw this guy really get involved in like 6-7 goals. You understand? That is Fabio Vieira. There is a very good quality player in Fabio Vieira, and Arteta brought him in to push Martin Odegaard. But I don't know how long Arteta is willing to wait. But I think Barcelona, if this story is right, they would have gone ahead to get them perfect players to fit into the system of Hans Flink. But I'm going to really go ahead and really check onto the managing pack and see what they talk about Alejandro Balde. And I think by the end of tomorrow, I'll be here to bring you the latest news and information as far as everything is really concerned into this ilk. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. Arsenal fans, would you welcome Alejandro Balde to Arsenal? Right? Meaning that Arsenal don't want to spend any money. They want to do what we call a barter. You know, give you two players, you get us Alejandro Balde. The problem with Barcelona, they don't want to lose out onto their La Masia graduates that have gone ahead to prove it, you know, and they have a lot of people that can really sit this guy down and convince him to stay. So Arsenal looks like they've gone ahead to add another left back onto their ladder, and that is Alejandro Balde. I love the player. I love the player, and his stats are really very, very, very appeasing for him. Though he went ahead to get a bad injury, an ACL that kept him out of the season after playing 18 games, and he had 1 assist and 0 goals. I really like the way he goes forward, you know, has a perfect cross on him, and he really does lots of things for the club of Barcelona. So we wait and see how that pans out. He's just 20, and we are waiting to see how things really pan out for Alejandro Balde into the mix. And let's go to Liverpool. You know, Dominic Szoboszlai was signed by Jurgen Klopp, and I think if I told he knew to it that Jurgen Klopp was going to spend just one season at Liverpool and really leave, I don't think that would have gone ahead, obviously, welcome this transfer. But he has been speaking to Build about Jurgen Klopp, and this is what he had to say. It was a honor to train and play under him. He's a very good coach and even better person. I am very grateful for him for what I learned from him on and off the field. Not a single player can say anything bad about him because he only ever saw the player and did everything for the team. That is what Alejandro Balde has to say about Jurgen Klopp. Obviously, no player never really went head to head on this guy because the guy was doing his job and everything he really did was really on point as Jurgen Klopp. And there are rumors that Jurgen Klopp is going to RB Leipzig, and he came out and said, no, I'm in a sabbatical, I'm going to rest for like 1 year. And he's planning to obviously get back to work, I think in 2026, that is 2025. And to me, he might be looking at the job of the Germany national team, or else a job like Real Madrid, you know, and he wants to obviously maybe manage a team like PSG. So he might make himself available for such teams. So that is it for Szoboszlai. But Hungary was playing against Switzerland and they lost by 3-1. He's playing in the Heroes, but I believe Ancelotti is really going to make him a better and better player for the side of Liverpool. And Ancelotti is expected to obviously speak to the public towards the end of this month at what we call, is it the Melwood, of Liverpool. That's where things are really going to be happening. Now, Kyle Walker has come out and really said the following about the England national team. He said, I've said it for Man City, I'll say it for England. You can have good players on the pitch, and on paper, we've probably got one of the best. That's not me being arrogant, it's the truth. But you need a little luck in a tournament football. He's right. He's right. If you talk about luck, you know, you go back to the World Cup final. The luck started off on the side of Argentina. First half, they had 2 goals. France looked bad in the first half. Second half, from nowhere, France comes in through and scores a brace. Luck was playing in favor of France. From luck from Argentina, then it goes to France. From France, Lionel Messi scores a 3rd goal, I think. You get? After scoring a 3rd goal, I think in the extra time, Kylian Mbappe obviously went ahead to level. And where does luck comes in through to mean the best? When Tchouaméni misses out on a penalty. You understand? And Argentina goes ahead to take all its penalties in, and France lost the World Cup. So when Kyle Walker is talking about luck, he's the best person to talk about it because he was part of the England national team that lost the Euros to Italy at Wembley. You know, Italy's best penalty taker, Jorginho, missed the penalty, but England saw Sancho and Rashford miss penalties, and Bukayo Saka. You get? Players that really don't miss penalties, they went ahead to miss penalties onto the final, and luck was on the side of Italy. You understand? And England scored fast. You get? But as Erik ten Hag came out and we talked about the manager of England, that when he gets a goal, he plays it safe, plays a low block, and waits to hit a team on the break to see to it that he really gets another goal. And when they are really looking for a goal, they can really attack you. But the moment they score, they really sit back. You get? And their system really also affects them a little bit as the side of affects them a little bit as the side of as the side of England. So I think he's right. For any team to win the trophy, he will need luck. He will need luck. But we wait and see how England is going to perform. But they're really some of the favorites. As I told you, my top 4 favorites are France. Though they're going to hate, obviously, have a display that I'm not going to hate to like. But I know the hardest game is the opening game in the group stages of any tournament, or even the opening game of the Premier League or any tournament is really hard. Secondly, you can talk about England in my second position. Third, it's Germany, and fourth is Portugal. Those are my favorites to obviously win this tournament. So guys, I call upon for your reactions into the comment section below about Alejandro Balde to Arsenal. What do you make about it? Zinchenko and Fabio Vieira to Barcelona. What do you make about Szoboszlai hailing the manager of Liverpool, the former manager, Jurgen Klopp, and Kyle Walker calling in for luck for England to obviously lift the trophy? Good morning. 18th June it is. We are going to be really knowing who is going to be playing who in the Premier League. It's dropping today. So I'm going to be coming in here and obviously dropping it in a nick of time. We out. Bye-bye.